Hey, deserving listeners, it's just me today. I thought I would talk very briefly about the movie Moonlight. I'm not going to spoil the movie like I normally do because I want you to see it. I want you to go out and see it now. There is a reveal toward the end, toward the end, that I don't want to ruin, but it's not really a, M. Night Shyamalan twisty kind of movie. It's just more that I want the movie to unfold the way it did for me, for you, because I hadn't seen any of the previews, and so I had no idea what this movie was about. I just knew it was good, and so I went and saw it, and everything about the movie was a surprise. So this is, and again, it's not a big twisty movie like, oh, there's this big reveal at the end. It's not more like that. It's just like, I feel like the movie was really great for me because I had no idea what I was going into. But I just want to talk a little bit about the masculinity involved in the movie, and so let's do that. This is the Psychology in Seattle podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kirk Honda. I am a therapist and a professor. This movie was written and directed by Barry Jenkins, born in Miami, 37-year-old African-American guy. He's made one other film that I haven't seen that I want to see now, but so he's basically new on the scene with this incredible movie. It's based on a play by Terrell McCraney, who is a playwright. Rotten Tomatoes got 98%, which is extremely high. Metacritic, 99%. It's won many, many awards, including Best Drama for Golden Globe, the Golden Globe Awards. It won the African American Film Critics Association Best Picture and Best Director. It won the Golden Tomato Awards, which is the Rotten Tomato Awards, for Best Drama. And it won the New York Film Critics Circle Best Director and other awards. It's won a lot more awards and been nominated for many awards. So it's a wonderful movie. If you're one of those people that's like, I just like to go to a movie to be entertained, it looks kind of depressing. It's not depressing. It's moving, but it's interesting. To me, it's like if you liked Boyhood, then you'll definitely like this movie. It's more entertaining than Boyhood, in my opinion. If you liked The Wire, even though it's not like The Wire, it just has that kind of documentary feel to it, and the subject matter is slightly tangential to The Wire. It's just a great movie. It's not like it's not a comedy, and it's not like Fast and Furious, but it's great. It wouldn't have won Best Drama Golden Globe if it was boring or not entertaining, so to speak. So I highly recommend it for a number of reasons that I'll get into. I really loved it. I love the tone of the movie, which was very specific to the director. I mean, the director is taking from other directors, I can tell, but it's like Terrence Malick. It's like the guy who made The Wrestler. Who's that guy? I don't know. He's pulling from a lot of different types of movies, and it holds together really well, and it feels particular to this director. The storytelling was amazing. It unfolds very well. There's rarely a moment where I was taken out of the story, and rarely a moment where I thought it was cheesy. The acting was incredible, and I attribute that to both the actors and the director and the writer. There were some slow motion movements that I thought were particularly poignant. The music was just amazing. I liked the way that they portrayed race, not rice. I like the way they portrayed rice in the story. No, race, in that I could tell that Jenkins was trying hard, at least I suspect. He was trying hard not to provoke like a white versus black paradigm. For example, there's a moment where the cops are called and they have to intervene, and the cops are women or people of color. So they weren't white cops doing things to black kids, at least not to my memory. The bully in the movie was a fellow black kid. So there was very little white against black. And to me, this felt like a good choice, because if you have, it's particularly now, if you introduce the black-white paradigm, then I think it would really distract from the central messages of this film. Also, for many black people in the United States, they don't come into contact with a lot of white people. There's communities in the United States where everyone is a person of color, or white people are very rare. And it's not often that you'll see a all black cast and an all black storyline, if that makes any sense. It's usually either mixed or something like that. Not to say that the mixed stories aren't also great, but it felt authentic to me in this way. And also, the movie doesn't have a single character who I would characterize as one-dimensional or stereotypical. There was no stereotypical woman or no stereotypical black person. Even the drug dealer on the corner, this like minor character that you only see a couple times, even he had a personality. The one person that you could make an argument that had a one-dimensional personality was the bully. But he felt, I don't know, it didn't feel cheesy to me. I feel like so I just want to say that this movie, in the way that it portrayed masculinity, I could feel it during and after watching this movie. I could feel this movie changing the wiring of my brain. The way that it sucks you into the story, and the way that it makes you feel and identify with these characters, a new paradigm of masculinity and race becomes real to the audience. This is the reason mainly that I want everyone to go see it, because I want you to be exposed to that possibility of at least having another version of race and another version of masculinity put into your brain. Even if you're a black man, if you're a black man, you know what it's like to be a black guy, but the cultural messages regarding race and masculinity in our culture have been internalized by you as well. And so I think it's a wonderful movie. It's not only interesting and entertaining and moving, but it's also, I think, helpful for our society in a certain way. And this movie gave me hope. I feel like as a society, we're on the verge of dismantling masculinity. We're beginning to allow men to cry, and not cry like, oh, I'm crying. It's to actually cry. We're at the point where a major studio like A24 can invest money in a movie entirely about African Americans and entirely about African American masculinity, and how it's okay to cry, and how it's okay to ask for physical affection. And I feel like we're at the point where people are willing to even see a movie like this. I think a movie like this in the past would have been fairly art housey and not seen by many people, but it's getting traction. When I saw it, the theater was packed. The entire theater was full. There wasn't an empty, maybe like in the front row, but it was hard to find a seat. Let's just put it that way. And when I finally did find a seat, it was in the back row, and it was amazing. Incidentally, at the end of the movie, there was a altercation between two women. Apparently, one woman was on her cell phone at times during the movie, and another woman didn't like that and decided to make that known. And the woman's who was yelling, her partner was trying to get his partner to calm down, by telling her to, be quiet. This is one of those movie theaters where you can drink, and whenever you involve drinking and, you're gonna, and then I was like, oh, I know those two people. So the guy who was trying to calm down his partner, I know him, and by proxy I knew her. And so, just a little side note there. I'll tell you, I've had many clients. If you've seen Moonlight, or when you see it, I've had many clients like these guys. If you're a therapist, you probably have too. African American boys, African American men who are suffering deeply and desperately want someone to notice that they're suffering. But because of the cultural repertoire available to them, they can pretty much only shut down or get angry or use substances or get involved in a lot of, extreme version, hyper masculine types of sexual behaviors and attitudes. This movie depicts that internal suffering perfectly, I thought, and without melodrama and without cheesiness. It was similar to Manchester by the Sea in that way, and that although Manchester by the Sea wasn't, I don't think it was overtly masculine. I feel like Moonlight is overtly masculine in a lot of ways, or it's addressing masculinity overtly. So I urge you to see this movie in the theater. It's probably the most important movie of the year. You should see it in the theater because it's not the sort of movie you want to see, while you're at home on a crappy TV with bad sound and everyone's distracting you. It's a good movie, and I recommend seeing it. I could, as I said before, I could feel my brain changing as I watched it. I could feel parts of myself opening up, parts regarding race, and I could feel parts of my masculinity opening up. And I don't know if I just am in a particular pocket of our culture, but I feel like we're on the verge of dismantling masculinity, and this movie is a part of that, which I am very happy about. All right, well, that does it for that episode of Psychology in Seattle. Go out and see Moonlight. Do it now. Please take care of yourself because you all deserve it.